Hello everybody, this is League Garden 3 once again, and we have a Silver League match for you between me, the Red Protoss, against Blue Protoss of what's-his-face, Spanny. So two people with stupid ass names because I decided to make a name that was unpronounceable for some reason. And Spanny is just a slightly retarded name, but still, this was a good 1v1 match, and I tried to incorporate a new strategy of using the gateway system that the Protoss use, which I never actually saw the point of until about, I don't know, this video. And this was the first time I tried to incorporate it into a 1v1, because I was kind of thought, well, what's the point of it? You can't really spawn units, can you? I didn't really understand the system. But anyway, we will get on with the start builds. So this guy has made a pylon, and he is constructing additional gateways on top of his additional pylons, which he'll need additional pylons for. But in the meantime, I'm going to do my standard Protoss strategy, which is to stick a pylon in the center of my resource field, which is kind of stupid because it slows me down by 0.8 per second, but I don't mind too much. And then I stick a forge at the back, and you'll see what I'm going to do with that in a minute. Meanwhile, our lovely Protoss friend Spanny here is making two gateways, which suggests double imminent Zealot rush. And I've been watching a lot of videos, and people pronounce Zealot as like, God, how do they say it? Zealot or Zlot or whatever. It's Zealot, okay, dudes? Just in case you don't realise, it's Zealot. Anyway, because it kind of annoys me that people say stupid name pronouncing, but whatever, I'm English, so I get rage over mispronouncing. I'm going to stick two photon cannons in my mineral field, and the reason I do this is specifically so that A, it stops a rush, more or less dead as long as it's a small rush, because the enemy has to choose between, does he want to destroy the pylon, does he want to kill the probes, or does he want to go for the turrets, and this moment of indecisiveness leads to some very good support for me in the early game. In case I do get rushed, I can just simply fall back here and let the enemy's confusion work to my advantage and just destroy him. So I'm going to send my probe in here, and I'm going to see the Zealot double rush of doomage, and he's mass producing another one as we speak, and he's going to be sending those off pretty soon. But it seems like he's focusing entirely on this. He hasn't even got up his Vespene geysers, or as apparently people call it, gas in the game. Speaking of which, I've been watching a lot of a guy called, I can't remember his name, it was something. He's on my favourites. And he's a great commentator on this game, but he talks in such an irritating way, and he's always about, like, I gotta go and get the gas, oh my god, the gas, and oh my god, the Zerglings all over my ass, because Zerglings are like AIDS on my face, and it's kind of annoying. But then again, my voice sounds like someone broke my nose off, so go figure. So we're going to put down our simulators now, we're going to get the gas, which we need for stalkers, or whatever, I think they're stalkers, yep. And here comes the 5-man Zealot rush, which is, I'm not sure if that's the standard number for a Zealot rush, but it's more than enough to do some damage, so we're going to see what he does here. In the meantime, I'm constructing additional pylons, didn't expect that in joke, to make a cybernetics core, which we need for epic upgrades and for later tech units. And I'm also going to spam probes like no tomorrow. So we checked my expansion first to see if I've done an early expansion, which thank god I didn't, because that would have put me back way ahead, way behind. He's now going to run into my pylon, and he's going to destroy that, which doesn't serve too much because I have an additional pylon at the back. And now my turrets can come into full effect and blow this guy up to shit. So he doesn't know what to do. He's a bit, well, he's going for the pylon, but it's a bit too late. Right. And now I'm just going to bring in my probes here to just finish off this last one before we can destroy that pylon there. So as you can see, the turrets did the job, and then with a bit of support from the probes, he lost all of his zealots in that rush. I did lose a couple of pylons though, so I'm going to have to rebuild those, which is a bit annoying. Our friend Spanny here, not put off by the fact that I now know he's Zealot rushing, continues to Zealot rush in manners I have never seen before. I like his idea. If it doesn't work the first time, spam more. And actually, spamming more can work, because a lot of people, me included until recently, when I fought off one rush, I'm like, okay, so that's the end of it, that's the last, that's it, that's all he's going to do with his rush. You can be really caught off guard if they do it a second time around. You might be trying to expand and tech up faster, and oh god, I've fallen for that many times. But luckily for me, I'm going to get my first Stalker out now, so we're going to have a bit more defences for this rush, which is a bit stronger than the last one. Actually no, it's the same amount. Building my Twilight Council here so I can get the proper gateways, the warp gates, and you'll see those in a bit. So here comes the Zealot rush up the ramp. My Stalker's going to take some shots. I'm going to micro it around to the turrets, so now my turrets can fire and my Stalker can fire as well. So my turret's going to get taken out though because he knows what he's aiming for this time. And this is looking really bad, he's going for the pylon, but luckily for me I get out a second Stalker. We're going to take out all of the Zealots, but he does destroy that pylon, but this backup pylon keeps that one alive. And then he brings in a reinforcement of 2 Zealots, and they could kill my Stalkers if I'm not careful, so I'm going to micro them around. I'm going to get some shots off and then lead them into the turret. So now we force them off. We kill the one, and will the second one get away? Will it? Will it? Will it? I think you know it will, even though I don't want to admit it, and it gets away. It doesn't matter. And he tries to intimidate me, and I guess I fell for that. So, just by using your Stalkers with a bit of micromanaging skillage, you can more or less push off an enemy attack pretty easily. So I'm researching the warp gate. Well, I'm nearly done with the warp gate. I've got my Twilight Council so I can research Blink for my Stalkers. I'm building another Photon Cannon for a bit of extra defense, and I'm building another gateway. And our opponent has finally got up his assimilators. He's training Stalkers as well now, and he's built his cybernetic score. He's retreating that Zealot back. Right now, the blue guy here, Spanny, both go for the same idea, which was to capture the high mineral field. Unfortunately, both of our probes run into each other here, and me not noticing, he attacks me first, and I'm just going to get my probe out of there. It's not worth losing it. And I thought this meant that my opponent would stick around and try and build an expansion here, but actually he decides to go away and just annoy me. But what I'm going to do is build a pylon here so I can transport units later on through my warp gates, which are now built. This is the first warp gate I ever made in a 1v1, guys. Holy shit, and I was testing it out. Well, I will be testing it out momentarily. I was so excited to use these warp gates. I mean, holy shit. WTF. Have you ever done it before? I don't think you will. I think most of you would have, but I haven't. And we're going to get these into warp gate mode. And it's going to kick ass, and oh yeah. And as you see there, I'm testing out my warp gate powers, dropping in a couple of extra Stalkers. I see he hasn't got the expansion, and I'm like, oh shit, well, that was a totally pointless pylon. But I leave the pylon there, it's not doing any harm. So I'm just going to regroup my Stalkers here and move them on. Meanwhile, my enemy has got his second expansion point up, and he's got a mixed army of Zealots and Stalkers. And I'm also getting up my expansion a bit later than him, but that's mainly because I've been teching up back at the home base a bit more than he has. I've got my robotics facility nearly up, if you notice as well, so in terms of tech, I do have the advantage for now. Okay, maybe I expanded a tiny bit later than he did, but doesn't matter, we both haven't got our second expansion up just yet. So I'm going to try and do a a Stalker rush. I'm going to assume he has an expansion, and Mother of God, he just makes it. So I'm going to start harassing it. His units, swift to react, come down. And here's the funny story of this one, as you'll see. So I'm getting harassed from behind. I'm just going to get out of there. I know I'm going to lose that fight. I thought I'd research Blink, but unfortunately for me, it's not done yet, and I thought, oh shit, I can't get down this embankment, and he was like, haha, oh yeah, he can't get down that embankment either. So now I'm like, fuck, research Blink please, and I forgot that I used a chrono boost on my Twilight Council, so my Stalkers get mincemeated, they get raped in like so many unfair rapage ways, and that's the end of that. But luckily for me, I have my pylon out, so I'm able to warp gate in 3 additional Stalkers which have Blink on them, and you see that guy scratching his head there. Must have an itch of extreme itchiness. How unfortunate for him. So you see, now he's going to make his counter-attack, but he's going to walk into my pylon Stalkers, and they're defending this additional pylon because by law they must defend additional pylons, and warp in another one here. So he's going to bring in this counter-action, well, counter-attack. I'm going to warp in more Stalkers to overwhelm him. I'm going to blink to the side, going to take out these zealots because they're going to do the most damage. And I'm going to just scare these other two stalkers off, and I'm like, yeah, you better fuck off. I've now got out my immortal, so now we've got heavy damage unit out, and the immortals are ultra ponage mode, I have to admit. Our expansion is up and kicking with, ooh, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ooh, about 12 there. You can also see that I have an observer in his base, so I can see what he's doing, but it doesn't really work because I forgot to move it, as you can see, and I'm seeing shit all of his base, but it doesn't matter. So I've got my immortal here. I'm going to regroup it, and just for the hell of it, I'm going to teleport in 3 zealots to help my push, and we're going to charge in, and we're going to destroy his army. Hell yeah. His expansion's very minor, and I thought it would be pretty minor, so I'm going to try and rape this army of mass stalkers. So my zealots are going to charge in, my stalkers and my immortal are going to provide an extraction for the zealots. They're going to do some good damage there. He's focusing on the zealots, not the immortal, which he should be doing. And the immortal can literally eat up stalkers for breakfast, om nom nom style. And as you can see the om nom coming into effect, we break through his defences, we walk in, and he calls good game. So, as you can see, he has, if we just pause it now, you can see he has the robotics facility up. So it was really a rush to whoever could get out their immortal first, and luckily for me, I got it out. I got a second one on the way. My expansion was far better than his. I mean, really, I should have put up this tabs thing, but look at the resources and shit you don't care about. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you around.